Well, here in Africa, we are already struggling because of the economies that have been crippled because of Corona. Now, something else is happening in Europe. We're seeing the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. And this is going to bring in another, it's going to bombard us again, entrepreneurs, with another struggling economy. I'm sure the fuel prices are going to rise. Now, with a business like ours that runs using generator fuel every day, we are going to feel the pinch. We are already struggling at the moment because the economy is not good at the moment here in Malawi. Now we must add up with these things where the prices of goods on the dollar is going to become very scarce, and then also the fuel prices are going to go high. It's going to be very tough. But I think that this could have been avoided because looking at the way things were happening, I feel like Zelensky must have uh, underestimated or must have overlooked so many things. I mean, right in the beginning, when Putin was bringing his army around his country, it was obvious that there were reasons why Putin was doing that. And he actually said it that if Ukraine can promise not to join NATO, Putin is not going to, he's going to take all his army out away from the position where they were. And Zelensky did not want to budge because he had NATO that was backing him. And I think for some other reasons, Ukraine wants to join NATO. I think maybe they want protection from Russia. I don't know, but they want to join NATO. But Putin doesn't like that idea. Now, I know, it's like when you want to fight with some bully, and then you have some people behind you saying that no, go and take this fight, and we're going to help you. You feel brave because you know that once the fight starts, and there's some people that are going to back you up, they're going to help you. But then when you go there and then you start having a scuffle with that bully, and he throws a punch on your face, and you look at your friends, and the friends they say, no, we can't help you. Rather, they say, we give you this stick to help you to fight. The first thing you should do is to say, because I cannot fight this battle and win, I just go for the negotiation way and say, I'm sorry, I didn't want to fight with you, and let's talk about this, and then you end the fight. And that's what I believe should have happened the moment that NATO started saying that they're going to just help Zelensky with weapons. He should have known that he can't go on with this battle, because if he goes on with this battle, he's not going to win, no matter what. It might take long, he might fight a long battle, but at the end of the day, he's going to win. But now, as a leader, he should have waited and say, okay, now that I'm not going to have full backing from NATO, to fight with Russia on my own is going to be a brutal war, and it's going to be a very devastating war. And I am going to lose a lot of soldiers, and many of my civilian people are going to die. Now, to save the people's lives, I would rather sit on the table with Russia and say, okay, so, let's discuss, and then maybe to just avoid to have the fight. But now he chose the other way, where he wanted to fight with Russia. Now, with the fighting, he has shown that he's been a very brave guy. He's been very brave in the battle. But now there are consequences. I believe personally, I believe there are consequences for what he has done. While the whole world is praising him for being brave, at the end of the day, there's going to be a lot of civilian lives that are going to be lost. There's going to be a lot of soldiers that are going to die. And there's also going to be a lot of destruction that is going to happen in this country. But now, as we're seeing now, in the media, they started already talking that he's saying that he doesn't have any more interest to join NATO. And he is now looking at options where he can discuss with Putin so that maybe this war must finish. I think if he goes this route, It's the biggest mistake he will ever make. The reason why I'm saying that it's a big mistake is that uh, if he negotiates with Putin and the war ends, the people that have lost their families, whether through soldiers or civilians, are not going to be happy. I think the best thing that Zelensky has to do is to fight to the end, meaning that if he fights to the end, he's either gonna, at the end of the day, be captured or be killed. And if he's going to be killed, he's going to die a hero, because everybody is going to say that he was a very brave president who didn't want to leave his people, and now he fought to the end, and he's going to die a martyr. The other option is what he wants to do to negotiate with Russia. So if he negotiates with Russia, he is no longer going to be a hero. The reason being that the people who are going to lose their family members, like soldiers and civilians, are not going to be happy with this thing. The fact that he allowed the war to go on, and then at the end he gave up to Russia's demands after so many lives have been lost, after so much damage has been done. And a lot of people, I believe personally, maybe I might be wrong, but I believe that many people are going to be unhappy. And also I believe that even Russia itself is going to bring a lot of propaganda to make the people not be happy with the decision that he's made. And what's going to happen, because now he's saying he's no longer going to be part of NATO. NATO is going to actually just then push him aside. So the same people, they are going to turn against him. So it will be NATO turning against him. It will be his own people turning against him. And also Russia is not going to be happy with him, because he fought with them, and they also lost soldiers, and they lost a lot of weapons. So I think Zelensky is in a very difficult situation, because he has made a few mistakes. You know, I've been reading the book The Art of War, and the book also talks about the same things, that sometimes the other way of winning a war is not to go to war at all. If you can find a way to avoid war and manage to get peace, it could be another way of also achieving winning a war. And the Art of War also says that you should never go to war when you know that you're going to lose the war. You should only try to attempt to go for a war that you know that you're going to win. Because then at the end of the day, if you're going to lose a war, there's so much things that you're going to lose, lives and even your own life, people's lives. And so, yeah, I think that um, I feel very, very sorry for the president of Ukraine for being in the situation that he is in. But I also think that in the beginning, right at the beginning, the moment Russia threw the first bomb and NATO said, we're not going to put our boots on the ground, Zelensky should have done the right thing to sit down on the table with Putin and discuss, so that he avoids all these things that has happened. Yeah, I might be wrong. Tell me what you think, and leave a comment. Maybe you see this situation in a different way. You know, for us as business people, these things like this does not make us happy, because at the end of the day, they say when the two elephants fight, the grass suffers. At the end of the day, we are going to suffer, because the economy is not going to be good and our businesses are going to struggle. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment.